Welcome to this week's Today's Health and Wellness Podcast. This is Brett. The Today's Health and Wellness Podcast is a joint effort of the Central Ohio Health and Wellness Magazine and Today's Health. In each week's podcast, we spotlight health and wellness stories you'll find in the magazine, on Today's Health web pages, on our social media, as well as extras you'll only hear in the weekly podcasts. Thanks for subscribing and hitting the play button.
We are so glad to have the Trevors from Elite One Fitness back with us on the podcast. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're happy to be here.
Hey, what's up, Ashley? How you doing today?
Great.
Good. It's great to see you guys. Great to have everybody back here listening again. The second podcast here for February. January, we got some positive feedback from that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of clients coming to us and asking questions about their New Year's resolution. Seems like everybody's on track. If you haven't had a chance to listen, check out the podcast hosted on the Blitz or Jack FM and catch up, and you can get started here on the February then after that. So other than that, we're going to talk today a little bit about fitness on the go. Trevor, what's the one thing that you hear most as to why people can't work out, whether it be at the gym or at their house? What's the number one excuse you hear?
It's always time.
Always time.
Always time.
I don't have enough time, do I?
Absolutely. I mean, that's what you hear more than anything else.
Right.
It's always time.
And the thing with that is honestly, if it's a priority in your life, you'll make time for it, no matter what it is. Whether it's fitness, whether it's your job, whether it's your family, whether it's loved ones, friends, if it's a priority, you will make time for it. So if getting in the best shape of your life is a priority for you, reaching your New Year's fitness goals, reaching your 2017 fitness goals, whatever it is, if it's a priority, you're going to make time for it, whether it's early in the morning, late at night, in between commercials for your favorite TV show. You're going to make time for it. So here we're going to give you guys some nice examples to go ahead and use at home. If you're on the road, maybe some of you travel for work, you're at the hotel cooped up, whether it be in the room or the little gym that they supply for you there. So anything where you're on the go and you and time is of the essence. So we're going to give you some examples here. Trevor, give us a few breakdown of maybe a handful of cardio exercises that they can do at their house.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. What we're going to do here is we're going to talk through a couple exercises we can do, and then ways we can timely get that done in a timely fashion. That way.
Okay.
That way, everything's in an organized way. Just talking through a couple exercises we can do is, as far as cardio goes, running in place is a huge one. That's really exertion of the body, and you don't have to move anywhere. You don't need a lot of space to do that, Followed by that would be burpees. Burpees is a great one to do. We, Ashley knows from experience, we love having our clients do a lot of burpees.
Yes,
so,
they do.
Ashley, do you love the burpees?
I do.
I'm hearing
Better
she's
than
a little.
the sled.
I'm hearing she's a little sore.
Yeah, a little bit
right.
sore today.
Yeah.
But that's okay. The burpees love you. They burn a lot of calories, so that's always a good exercise.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Backing up with that running in
Right.
place, Trevor. The running in place. What do you suggest? The knees a little bit higher, a little bit lower for optimal cardio and calorie burn.
When we talk about cardio, we want more of a max exertion.
Yeah.
So the more movement we can do, the more effort we're gonna give.
Okay.
So I prefer to get the knees up high.
Like
high knees, and really get those arms pumping.
Perfect. Okay, so what else besides running in place with high knees, burpees?
Mountain climbers is a huge one. I love doing mountain climbers.
Oh yes.
Those are always exciting. Yep. Ashley can attest for that one as well.
A lot of mountain climbers.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. One that's kind of interesting is on upper body cardio. We have punches.
Yeah.
They're doing punches in place. Cool thing with that is if you have just little weights, just tiny 3-pound weights, 2.5-pound weights, you can weight your hands down a little bit, and that can really wear you out.
Who are you punching?
Preferably Trevor Scott.
No. You're not punching anybody. You're air punching. So just wanted to clarify that, though, with punches, we're doing weightless punches. I will volunteer myself if you guys need a little stress relief as well. But other than that, if you just you can just punch basically the air like you're boxing an imaginary person or a heavy bag in front of you. It is taxing on the scapula and the upper back, and gets you winded pretty good after a little while. So
Yeah. Another couple things we can do are line jumps and skiers. Line jumps are just moving back to forward, quick jumps, or side to side, like we're jumping over a 5-yard line on the football field. It's just something easy to think about. Skiers, you're just hopping back and forth, side to side, like you're skiing down the Alps, nice and smooth. So those are just a couple things we can go over.
You know about skiing down the Alps?
I know all about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't we all?
So, yeah.
I know about skiing down the bunny hill. That's about it.
Yes, same here.
I know about falling down the bunny hill. Does that count?
That's right. I'll leave skiing to the other. I'll stay in the gym. Yeah, right. Give me some shoes. Okay, so if we wanted to build some muscle, so there's some nice cardio examples. If we want to build some muscle, Trevor, give me some exercises we can do at home to build a little bit of muscle.
Yeah, so for muscle building, number one that I can think of on the go, of course, push-ups. Everyone's got push-ups right there, easy to do. As we do those, a couple things is, let's talk about our base on push-ups. Make sure that we have our arms right at our shoulder length or right below, right in that chest range. A lot of times what people do is they put their hands up around their head and they're doing more presses into that shoulder range, and that's actually going to be a little tougher on the joints. So make sure when you're doing push-ups, you push from the chest. That's priority number one there.
Definitely. Good point.
And we can
with the push-ups, do you have to literally go down, touch your nose? I mean, any length down, is that going to be okay as long as you're doing them?
Yeah, absolutely. What we prefer to do is we like to modify our push-ups.
Okay.
So we're still getting the full range of motion, but we can modify them. So it's very easy to drop to the knees and do push-ups from the knees. That way we're still getting the full range of motion.
Yeah.
Or we can do push-ups from the knees and kind of pop our hips back a little bit, and that even takes even more weight off. So
Exactly, yeah. And kind of what you were talking about, if we have to start and if we can't get the full range of motion, because we are weakest when our chest is or our muscles are fully stretched, so like at the bottom of the push-up, that's where we're weakest. If we have to work our way to that, that's perfectly fine. We can slowly get lower and lower as we go, but maybe the first couple times, maybe we're not going quite as low, but that's okay. As long as we start somewhere, that's the biggest factor there. So
good.
What else you got for us, Trev? Push-ups.
Push-ups. As for push-ups, now let's go to lower body. We've got squats coming out. Now, as we talk about push-ups and squats, if you're someone that's a little bit stronger, you can put a book bag on with some weight. That could really help you kind of weigh yourself down and make it a little more of a challenge for you. So that's always something to think about there too. If you want to do some workload, but don't really know how to weigh yourself down.
So make sure your kids are bringing all their books home from school.
Right.
So
absolutely. Yeah.
They can get a heavier book.
The book bags are so heavy.
Oh my gosh.
Can barely carry them.
Right.
They really are.
It could be 30 pounds easily.
Yeah.
History books, calculus books. Oh my gosh.
No wonder
I know.
Isabella's so strong.
I know.
Unbelievable.
So the book bags, that's a great resource, guys. Make sure you guys utilize that if you want a little added resistance. What else you got for us, Trev?
Lunges. Now, one thing about lunges is, as we talk over form of some of these things, and then we'll kind of talk about how we can implement them. Lunges, make sure you're stepping out far enough and sinking the hips back. A lot of times, people drive that knee over top of that toe. We want to try to avoid that at all costs. We do not want that knee to go over the toe.
Yeah, that's the one thing you guys really pay attention to. He said, if that knee goes out over top of your toe, that means you're not stepping out far enough. You're going to put a lot of pressure on your joints. You want to step out long so that knee definitely does not go over the toe. So go ahead. What else you got for us?
Another big one I like to do would be inchworms. I think inchworms is a great one. Basically, what you do on inchworms is you go down like you're going to touch your toes, and you crawl your hands all the way out to a push-up position, and you crawl your hands all the way back.
Right.
It's a great total body, more upper body workout there for you, and I think it's an awesome one to do, especially when you circuit this into some other things that we're talking about here today.
So kind of going with what you said, if there's anything you guys, if you're hearing that you guys don't understand or don't know what we're talking about, hit us up on our Elite One Fitness page, message us, whatever it happens to be, and we will make sure we get back to you and get you either a visual with us doing it, a video, or a great explanation to make sure you guys understand exactly what we're talking about. So what else you got for us, Trev?
The one that's going to be really cool and kind of outside the box here is a suspension trainer. We can do a makeshift one, or we can buy like a TRX strap or anything like that. So like for a makeshift one, what you can do is you can get like a towel and put it in the door, shut the door, and it'll work as a TRX type of band, and that way you can hold on to it and do curls from it.
That's
and you do like
pretty cool.
all kinds of different squats. Yeah,
that's a great thing for like hotel or home workouts.
Right.
You can throw 2 towels into the door, jam them in, 2 bath towels, and they're a lot longer, so you can do curls from that. You can do triceps from that. You can do chest, back. There's a plethora. See my 50-cent word there?
I like that.
There's a plethora of exercises you guys can My sixth grade teacher would be proud.
That's funny. Just make sure those towels are in there nice and tight.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Make sure they're tight.
flying
Yes,
backwards.
right. Okay, so if I wanted to, did you have any way of increasing like resistance for like some other things that we could do? Maybe like say we don't have weights in our house. Maybe could we use that you talked about a book bag earlier? Could we use a book bag for like curls or some like tricep extensions or something like that?
Absolutely, 100%. You know, you can really think outside the box for things you can use. Anything with weight on it has resistance to the muscle. So as long as we're loading up that muscle group with something that is going to fire that and engage those muscle groups, anything like that would work.
Except for a gallon of milk, that'll spoil.
Right, yeah.
Keep that in the fridge.
Yeah, you don't want to use a gallon of milk. That would be good. But it's funny you do say a gallon of milk because you can use like a gallon jug of water or anything like that, and that would really weigh down
just give you a little
your
resistance.
workload there. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
How about some core stuff? A lot of people out there, they want to hit their core, they want to hit their abs, and when they think of core, they think of just abs, but they also need to think about their lower back as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give us some things that we can do at home for that.
Well, the first thing I think of when you talk about core is the main core exercise, and I say main because I think it hits the most muscle groups there, would be planks. Plank holds are huge. I mean, planks really work on that core and also work on that lower back too. You know, we talk about the core. We got to realize that lower back, that erector spinae, or your posterior chain there, is really engaged when we do planks.
You use such fancy words.
Yeah, I do it to confuse you, Trevor.
That's good.
Yeah, but no, I mean a big thing with that is as we talk about posterior chain, we're looking at our lower back down all the way to our glutes, and our hip region there, and that's really a weak area for a lot of us. So when we do things like planks, Supermans, which we're going to talk about next, it really helps strengthen that up, and it helps with just your livelihood and living a more healthy lifestyle.
Rattle off a few more for us.
Crunches, V-ups, knees to chest, leg lifts, and flutter kicks.
Yeah.
Does that count for rattling off?
You rattled them off, I tell you what. So crunches, V-ups, Supermans, knees to chest. The Supermans are kind of a lower back exercise. We spend a lot of time working on our abs, but we don't spend enough time with our lower backs. And that's why you see 90-95% of Americans have lower back pain all the time, because we're just like a chain. We're going to break at our weakest point. And our weakest point is always our lower back. It supports a lot of our weight, and it's not strong enough to do so because we don't exercise it like we should. So Supermans are just kind of laying flat down on your belly and lifting your arms and your legs at the same time. We can give you a good example of that if you come to our Facebook page, Instagram page, whatever it happens to be. Email us, and we'll make sure we clarify if you guys don't understand any of these exercises. So.
Yeah, and just to touch base on Supermans and things like that again, especially a lot of people have spinal issues, like me personally with scoliosis, or some people with sciatica issues or herniated discs. Big thing with doing this to strengthen that lower back, it's really going to help with those issues like that. Like you said, you're going to break your weakest chain. So when you're able to do things to help strengthen that up, it really helps help protect yourself and keep your livelihood moving in the right direction. So
Ashley, what's your favorite ab exercise that we've done? What do you like to do? Any of those that we named, or?
I probably like what'd you call the straps?
With the TRX?
I like those.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did those the other day, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, they're pretty tough.
But I like ab exercises.
Yeah, definitely. What about V-ups? Those are tough.
Those are tough.
Those are tough. Those are challenging, and they kind of get you winded a little bit, huh?
They do.
Yep.
They do.
Yeah,
those are fun.
I like all of those, actually.
Definitely.
And that's one thing we can talk about too is, it's one thing that we've worked on with you, Ash, is crunching correctly, really working on how we target our abdominals. One thing we do is we like to suck that belly button back, really pull that belly button back, and make sure we're bringing our sternum all the way down to our belly button to really contract those abs the right way. So that's a big one too when you think about doing crunches or anything like that.
Yeah. You can feel it when you do it right, and you touch, like you say, feel where you're supposed to feel it.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
Feel it when you're doing it correctly.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you can see the results kind of quickly on that too.
Yeah.
I notice with planks, especially after 2 or 3 days, you're feeling it.
Yeah.
You really do. All of a sudden, you're almost standing up straighter, and you're feeling that tightening up as you're walking around going, okay, this is doing something.
You make a great point, Brett. You're talking about you feel like you're sitting up straight, your posture. Huge in correcting your posture. I mean, I can't emphasize that enough. That was a really good point you made there, and hopefully people honed in on it. Kind of last thing here on the go. So we've kind of given you guys some exercises to do on the go, and we'll just give you a quick little example of a nice little workout. that you guys can take with you and try it at home, and let us know how it went. And you guys can always modify it. If you need some more, let us know. So real quick, we're going to do something called an AMRAP. We're going to do as many rounds as possible on this workout. And it's kind of going to go as far as how much time you have allotted. So if you have 15 minutes, we can do a 15-minute AMRAP. If you have 30 minutes and you want to make it tougher, we can do a 30-minute AMRAP. So we can do as long as you want. So basically, you're going to do as many rounds of these as you can in the time that you have. So once you get done with it, you just start back again and start round 2. Keep track of how many rounds you have. Try the same workout a week later or a month later and see what kind of progress you've done. So the workout would be something like this. We're going to do 50 run in place, so we're going to have high knees. We're going to do 50 of them. Then we're going to drop down and do 50 mountain climbers. From there, the mountain climbers, we're already in the push-up position, so we're going to go into 10 push-ups. Then we're going to stand up, and we're going to do 10 squats. The squats, we're going to put a little twist on it here, so when you come up from the squat, you're going to jump up in the air, land softly, and then go into your second squat, right into it, jump up in the air, land softly, right into your next squat. Those are squat jumps. It's going to give you a little bit more cardio burn with those.
Big emphasis there is land softly.
Land softly.
Really, really protect those knees, guys.
Sure. Yes, land softly. And then from the squat jumps, we're going to go into 25 crunches. And once we're done with that, we're going to do 25 leg lifts. And once we're done with all those, we go into round 2. And we see how many rounds we can get in the 15, 20, 30 minutes allotted that we have. Mm-hmm. So we'll post that on our Facebook page, Instagram page, and we'll let you guys know what the workout is. And if you guys have any more questions, you want some additional workouts for on the go, quick, I need to get a workout in, let us know and we'll get those to you. Another thing that we can emphasize is even if you don't have a full 15 minutes in a row, grab a workout, an exercise or two, and every commercial break of your favorite TV show, sit down, do your ab exercises. When the commercials are over, back in to watching your TV show. That's your rest time. Next commercial break hits, you're going to go into maybe your next exercise. And right there, you can do a whole workout and watch your TV show and feel like you wasted no time whatsoever.
Oh yeah, we can always find the time to get it done.
Exactly. If it's a priority, you will make time for it, right?
You know
Correct.
it.
So, yeah. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know.
Cool. Great. Thank you so much. That was great information.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, Ash.
Yeah, I did. Enjoyed that.
We got plenty of that. We got a plethora of information. Yeah.
I haven't thought of that word in a long time.
You're welcome.
You guys brought some extra stuff along, I'm hearing. Maybe a little bit of a game to play?
Yeah.
So let's jump
We're going
into
to do
this.
like a little catchphrase, a little $10,000 pyramid twist, I guess you would kind of call it. So we're going to divide into teams here. We're going to have a little competition amongst the trainers. Brett, you and Trevor are going to be on a team. I'm going to give you my 2 categories. Ashley and I are going to be on a team, and you're going to give us your categories that you made up, okay? We're going to see who can kind of guess the most correct answers of what we're describing, and the losing trainer has to do 20 push-ups?
Double or nothing. 40 push-ups.
Oh, my gosh. He's feeling foggy today, guys.
So glad I'm not in the middle of this.
Yeah, you better
yeah.
get ready.
All right.
You're ready for this one.
Yeah.
I forgot how tough you are, Trevor.
Which Trevor?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to let's just go like this. How about...
Are we giving you all the clues, or are you giving us?
So I'm giving this to you,
rip
too.
this, don't I?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and rip
Okay.
that in half, guards.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going to happen here, we're going to give them 45 seconds to answer as many questions as they can. And the first topic that we're going to talk about is Trevor Garver is going to ask Brett the top 10 foods in vitamin A. Or that have the most vitamin A in them, I guess.
Top 10 foods that have the most.
So when you're listening to these answers, everybody, realize that all these answers are going to be high in vitamin A. So some of you may think, well, what can vitamin A do for me? What are some of the benefits? Some of the benefits of vitamin A would be an immune system boost. Okay, so thanks, Garb.
Which we all need right now.
Yeah. Oh my
With
goodness.
the
Don't we ever? So an immune system boost really helps the lymph system. Another healthy additive from vitamin A is helps your bone structure, helps your eyes. It really helps like you being able to adjust to light and seeing it nighttime. It helps your skin. It helps your skin stay moist, retain moisture. It It helps it be softer. Helps also with, for the same reasons, anti-aging principles. It helps also prevent acne. So that's another little help right there. Yeah.
There you go.
All the above.
Lastly, vitamin A, it can help lower your cholesterol as well. So there's just a few little benefits there. And as you're listening to these answers, maybe you think, okay, I need to implement some more of this in my diet, help my vitamin A out. We're going to put 45 seconds on the clock here. All right, Trevor, Brett, you guys ready?
I guess.
You guys ready to do this?
All right.
Yeah.
Vitamin A.
Hey, don't get too nervous.
I'm in the zone, vitamin A.
I see it. I see you
So
sweating.
I'm asking questions first?
So you're describing those right there
Yes.
to him.
All right.
And he's going to try to answer as many as he can. I'll tell you when the time's up.
Okay.
All right, and if you never need to pass, if you can't describe it, just go ahead and pass. Go on to the next one. Ready, set, and go.
All right, this is a big vegetable for Irish, but it's sweet.
Potatoes.
But what kind?
Sweet potato.
There we go. Okay. Rabbits eat these.
Carrots.
Boom.
Okay. Oh, man, this one's tough. All right. I'm going to skip ahead. This is a fish that you can get out of a can.
Tuna.
Tuna. There we go. This is a very sweet fruit, but it's not an orange. It's more tropical.
Pineapple.
Not quite. It's orange.
Orange. So an orange.
It's orange colored, but not an orange.
Mandarin orange. No.
Ooh, close.
I'm stuck in the orange mode.
He's got 10 seconds.
Oh man. This is the number one ingredient of a salad. Let's skip ahead. Number one ingredient of a salad.
Lettuce.
There we go.
Boom. We'll give it to him. Time's up. That's 4 points. All right, nice job.
Brett.
All
There
right.
we go. There we go.
What was
Nice
the
job.
orange? What did I miss on the
Mango.
Mangoes. Okay.
Mangoes are orange.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a way to
Yeah.
say it without really saying
That's good.
mango.
That's good. That's okay. It's okay.
So, guys, we'll kind of run down those. Nice job, by the way, Brett.
Yeah.
By the way, Trevor Scott completely rigged this game. I will say that right now. This is unfair. Completely unfair.
I don't know about that.
We'll see. Look,
Oh,
we'll see.
okay. By the way, the ones that were not mentioned and that were, so we have sweet potato at number one at 769% of your daily value. So sweet potatoes are high. And this is per cup, guys. So it's all based on per cup. Carrots were number two, 500 and some percent. Squash was number three. Squash, you could have been like, I don't know, maybe squashing a bug. Actually, that would have been tough.
That is a tough one.
They'd all be tough.
Yeah.
You did it on purpose.
Again,
Kale.
rigged.
Kale is number four. Dried apricots is number five. We have cantaloupe. I call muskmelon.
Cantaloupe and kale was what you had me try to describe. Are you serious?
They're high.
Oh man.
Vitamin A.
I love both of those.
Oh man, I love muskmelon. It's the best. All right. Sweet red pepper is number 7. Just some romaine lettuce is number 8. Tuna, surprisingly, made the list at number 9. So tuna, being kind of high in vitamin A, which is kind of nice because it's a protein source there.
And we know we love our protein.
Yes. And then mango, number 10. That's the orange fruit that Trevor was talking about. So.
The orange fruit that's not an orange.
All right. So, Ashley, I will describe to you, and then
So how many was that?
you got 4. You got 4.
It looks like I'm doing push-ups here in a little bit. We'll find out.
That's what you're going to ask.
Okay,
me.
gotcha. Okay,
So-
I gotcha.
Is that it?
You can keep track of how many we get right.
Okay.
Keep track of our time right there, T. Garby.
How much time's on?
45 seconds.
All right.
I gave you guys 46. I cheated.
So I'm guessing.
Nope. You're reading. Yeah, you're guessing. You're
I'm
guessing.
guessing.
Where is
Wait,
my?
is
There
that
it is.
it?
Okay.
Okay.
So we're doing 10 foods that are high in GI. Now, GI is a glycemic index. Okay, so these are carbohydrates that basically determines how fast they get absorbed into the bloodstream and how fast they're digested. So basically, we want the lower glycemic index carbohydrates that digest very slow. So the lower the number, the slower it digests. The higher the number, the more rapid it digests, and it spikes our insulin, and that's all the nasty things that we have. So I'm asking Ashley right now 10 foods that are high in the glycemic index, meaning they digest very rapidly and spike the insulin. So, all right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
All right, Ashley, this is the number one ingredient to make things sweet.
Sugar.
Boom. Okay, this is something bees make.
Honey.
Okay. This is something that it gets planted underground, and you pull them up almost like they're round potatoes. Boom. Okay. So this is what you make sandwiches out of.
Bread?
Bread. Boom. Okay. So, how about... you can't read this at all.
Did I write it
So
by
you
hand?
eat this in the morning for breakfast.
Cereal.
And
Oatmeal.
Yes, no, you're right. But it's it kind of expands. It's... If something expands, it gets bigger. How about...
And time.
Okay.
Ooh. What is
I mean,
that?
Already
it said puffed cereal.
Oh, puffed
Puffed
cereal.
cereal.
Okay.
I think we count cereal.
Well, we got rice cakes
Let's
on there.
let's poll the audience. Hold on, real quick. I'm asking them. And
Yes.
Yes.
okay, they counted.
The texts are in.
Yes, the texts are in.
Yeah,
We'll count it. We'll count it.
We're good. We're good. We're
Yeah.
good.
Notice he counted that just because it gives him one more vote than what we had.
Most definitely.
So the tie is over. Like I said,
And we're one step
rigged.
closer to not doing 40 push-ups. All right, guys. So those were all foods high in glycemic index, meaning they digest very quickly, and so we don't want to necessarily eat those as our carb sources. They better chance they get stored as fat, and we just can't use so much. We can only use so much energy at one time, if that makes sense.
Right. Now, when would you take in high GI carbs?
Like, so a high GI carb, if you're trying to bulk up, if you're trying to really gain muscle mass and put on some good size as maybe a bodybuilder or a power lifter, you're going to want to do that right after the workout. Or even if you're doing it for performance, like if you are a power lifter or a sports athlete, intra workout, during workout, or right before will help as well with some of the performance side of things. So
Yeah, that's a big one I know personally. I
Yeah.
like to do is just eat a rice cake just because it's only 9 grams of carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Quick acting carbohydrates right in the middle of my workout
Yeah,
to make sure
okay.
I can really blast through.
so there we go. So we have some high glycemic index carbs that we kind of want to stay away from if we're trying to lose fat. If we're trying to get bigger and bulk up, we want to intake as many of those as we can. So, all right. So we're going to go back to you guys. Round 2. What's the score right now?
It is 5-4.
5-4.
That cereal
Okay, this
got
is
us
gonna be-
over
That's cereal.
the top.
This next round's
Thanks,
going to be
guys, for voting.
tough.
It's a game breaker
This
here.
is going to be tough.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
be tough.
of course it is.
All right. I'll give you a little extra time on this one. Okay. So, I'll give you a little extra time just because it is kind of involved.
Yeah.
You can. How about I'll give you the thing. You can say where it's from.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let's
you
go.
can say
Let's go
where it's
that.
from.
That might be better because of yeah.
So we're going to talk about
Okay.
just 10 foods in the fast food realm that are
Ooh.
really bad for you. Okay. So and we can give some calories counts later if you guys want freaked out. So
Try not to get hungry while we're talking about this.
Yeah, really. Now, looking at this list, yeah, exactly.
for some kale.
Kale, yeah. Don't
Yeah.
get hungry for
Yeah.
kale.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay.
Gladiators ready? Contestants ready?
All right.
Go.
All right. Quiznos. It's a sub.
Philly's cheesesteak?
My accent. It's a sub.
Italian?
Yeah,
Italian
there you
sub?
go.
There you
It's
go.
bad, I know.
It's all right, we're working on it.
McDonald's, it's their shake.
Big Mac.
But it's a
McFlurry.
flavor, but it's a flavored
Chocolate,
shake.
strawberry.
There you go, chocolate. We're going to Starbucks now, and again,
Frappuccino?
it's a nut chocolate. Though.
Nutmeg, chocolate, hazelnut, chocolate.
There you go. We're going now for some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Deep fried chicken, popcorn chicken.
You put it in
KFC Famous Bowl.
There it
There
is.
you go. Yeah,
Got it.
Going to Wendy's.
Baconator.
It has
He knows a lot about the
cheeseburger, but it has 3 levels.
Triple cheeseburger.
We'll do that. Burger King.
Time. Good job.
No, it's on there. It's on there.
You didn't get it in time.
Oh, man.
Oh my
You were very versed in your fast food.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What?
That makes me
Oh my
concerned as to
gosh.
why he knows fast food so well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the top of the list was Quiznos Italian sub. That was a horrible accent. I apologize.
That was really
I'm
good.
thinking I didn't know where to go with it. But yeah, talk about
I
it.
had one syllable to figure it out.
I know. Well, since we're allowed to say where they're from, it helped a lot. Yeah. But yeah, over 1,300 calories, 68 grams of fat. Holy cow.
Can you imagine that? An Italian sub, it's probably one of the most popular subs, I would imagine.
Yeah.
1,300 calories for one sub.
Well, you
Yeah.
gotta realize how much fat is on salami, pepperoni
Right.
meat. I mean, it's
That's-
loaded with fat, and then you stick that Italian dressing on, and it's just a creation for disaster.
Yeah.
It's a fat bomb.
McDonald's chocolate shake, the large, which who isn't going to get a large?
Yeah, right.
Who isn't going to get
It's a small.
1,160 calories, 27 grams of fat.
By the way, wasn't that was kind of one that kind of threw me for a loop? Like, man,
Yeah.
a milkshake has almost 1,200 calories in
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Are you kidding
Empty
me?
calories, all empty.
Yeah.
Nothing good
Yeah.
there.
Right.
High
Right.
GI calories. We just talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
With fat.
Yeah, well,
Not a good
Starbucks.
combo.
Now I don't know much. That's nothing against Starbucks, but is there anything good at Starbucks for you? You know what I mean?
As long as you don't get the creamer, the sugar,
Right. Just straight off coffee.
Yeah.
But the hazelnut hot chocolate, 600 calories.
Yeah.
The KFC chicken bowl again. You're not going there for health reasons. That's why they
They're good.
changed it to KFC, not Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
The chicken bowl, 700 calories. The Wendy's triple cheeseburger, over 1,000 calories, 66 grams of fat.
More than the Baconator there, Trev?
I don't know if
It's
they're
not on
necessarily
that
order.
list, but it's
Baconator,
got to be
I'm telling
close.
you what, I don't know if you guys ever seen a picture of the Baconator or happen to get a Baconator
Yeah.
for a cheap meal, but it's like 5 patties and like 20 pieces of bacon.
I'm sure that would have made the top 10. That's not
It's
necessarily
nuts.
the top 10.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Okay, well, I'm disappointed in you then. 'Cause that Baconator would have been up there. Again, game's rigged.
Right. Yeah. Burger King's Tender Crisp Chicken Sandwich. Again, anything's going to be deep fried chicken.
Yeah.
I know it's delicious, but geez. 800 calories, 46 grams of fat. We didn't get to these three, though. Burger King's Triple Whopper, 1,200
Triple Whopper.
Triple Whopper.
Look out.
Yeah, 1,200 calories, 80 grams of fat.
1,200 calories. I mean, that's almost an entire day's
That's
worth of calories.
Once you're over 1,000, you're close to it, aren't you?
You're-
Yeah, exactly. KFC chicken pot pie, 789 calories, 45 grams of fat. But pot pie, though,
It's
I
good.
know
It
I
is
know.
good. I'm not,
I know. And then Burger King.
I've tried it. I've tried it.
Another triple Whopper. There must be something missing on that one, but it's over 1,200 calories. So anything triple.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
Exactly.
Triple calories, triple Whopper.
Exactly. We'll let
So
you guys get
you
to
guys
your
have
end.
9, by the way. It's 9 to 5. So we got to get 4 to tie.
All right.
We got to get 5 for the win. You smell that, Ashley?
Yes, I definitely.
I smell. I smell.
Yeah, I smell the feet.
I smell push-ups.
I'm looking at these now.
I smell
so
a
I'm
rigged
like,
election.
I
Is
don't
what I
know.
smell.
We can do it. We
Oh,
can do this.
okay. So it's my turn here. I'll let you go. Let you keep track of the number of things we get. All right, Ashley. What are you asking me?
10 foods that are low in.
The glycemic.
Glycemic index.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yes.
again, these are slow acting carbohydrates, so the energy source kind of draws out a little bit longer.
Okay, so slow acting, and this is kind of what we want to kind of maintain our insulin and blood sugar levels, so we don't have spikes. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right.
All right. Are we
Hit me
ready?
with it. Let's do it.
All right. Number 1.
Hold on. Are you ready?
3, 2, 1.
Go.
An example of these would be almonds.
Nuts,
Yes. Pinto.
beans.
But what's a fancy word for those?
A fancy word for beans?
For beans.
Quinoa?
Nope.
I don't know.
Skip. Skip this one too. This is in an Italian restaurant. You put marinara sauce on it. What do you eat at an Italian restaurant all the time?
Pizza?
What else? Noodles.
Pasta.
Yes. Milk is a
Dairy.
yes. Chinese restaurant. You eat what with all your food?
Rice.
Yes. The number one thing for vitamin A was
It means
the food. It's
Sweet
orange.
potatoes.
Yes. What did I talk about eating breakfast? You eat
cereal.
and
Time.
That was so close because guess what? I counted 5. What'd you count, Ashley?
you get it?
I counted 5 there.
I saw his look on. I think we got him on legume. I think we got him on legume.
That was legumes? Oh. If you would have told me cashews, I would have hit it right away. A cashew is a legume. I would have.
Oh, wow.
I nailed
Okay.
that.
Oh, well,
I'm
then I
giving you
wouldn't
a
have even
nut
known
count
that.
Yeah, it's
Oh my god.
yeah, it's in the same category.
So Trevor
They're related.
G's doing the push-up.
So
All
that
right, let's get started.
I smell push-ups. Hey, I'll count. There's 1,
Two.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Wow.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22. I don't think he's going down all the way. 5,
I already
26,
opened that door.
27,
You didn't have
28,
to.
29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 6, 37, 38, 39, and he is done. Nice job. Nice job. Good sport, Trev.
Let me just say that pace did not slow down once.
No, it
We
didn't.
did it.
That's true.
That was a really
That was
fast.
impressive. impressive.
That was a really fast 40 push-ups.
That was impressive.
And I was kidding about him not going down all the way. His nose was basically beating the floor.
He does have a little bit of a red nose.
And the veins.
That was pretty good.
In his arm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you're strong, Trevor. You're really strong.
Sweaty. I gotta go back outside.
Gonna take a shower.
Oh,
Well, that was fun, guys. That was fun.
man.
And hopefully you guys learned a few things, guys, out there. If you have any questions about some other diet tips or stuff, let us know.
Cool.
Yes. Thanks so much for coming back and joining us.
Absolutely.
guys.
We're
That
happy
was
to do
awesome.
it. Happy to do it.
Thanks. Thanks again for listening to this week's Today's Health and Wellness podcast, brought to you by Central Ohio Health and Wellness Magazine and Today's Health. If you have a health and wellness segment you would like us to cover, send us an email. Our contact information is in the show notes.
And if you'd like more information about sponsoring our podcast, like Ashley just mentioned, our contact information is in the podcast notes. We look forward to hearing from you.
Circle270media.com.